Welcome to SC Cyber. My name is Emmanuel. So in today's video, I'll be answering the question, can a malicious attachment be sent via Google Mail or Gmail? I saw something that prompted me to ask this question. So I decided to ask my subscribers on the communities tab section, and then I asked this question and I received some answers. Some people said yes, that it's possible that a malicious attachment or file can be sent through Gmail, while some people said no, that it is not possible, while some people were indifferent. They didn't know if it was a yes or a no. So let's go ahead and see a live simulation if a malicious attachment or file can be sent via Google email. So let me just jump over to my laptop and let's look at it together. So we're going to try different file types, and then we'll see if we can send, or if these file types can be sent via Gmail or via email to someone. Okay, so we want to see. I know from what I know or from my experience so far, I don't think it's going to be easy to send a malicious file directly through Gmail, but some people have said otherwise, that it's possible. So let's just go ahead and test it. As you can see on my screen or my desktop, I have almost malicious files. Forget about the name. The name is just something. Yeah, so these are different types of files. This is a zip file that contains all these other files. So we'll still try to send this zip file. Into or via Gmail. While this crasher loop is a Windows batch file, as you can see. Perhaps let me change the name, because I feel like Google's automated system might see the name as malicious. So let me put it as save file. Okay, so I've renamed it to save file. Hopefully they don't flag it as malicious. But this is a bat file, a .bat file, and .bat file is also known as is used for batch scripting most of the time, to automate programs to run repetitive tasks and all in Windows. Okay, but some batch files can be used maliciously. They can be used to open malicious links. They could be used to download softwares from websites directly. So for those that know how to write batch, or for those that know batch scripting, you will know how this works. So bat files could be malicious if found on your Windows. So some bat files are malicious, some are not. Okay, it depends on what code is inside and what the code that is written on that bat file is supposed to do. So this is a bat file. Maybe let's test it first. So let me just go to my Gmail. Okay. So yeah, so let's go to compose and let's see what we have. Okay, so let's just compose something random. Important, let me see, important file for registration. Let's just give it a random subject, and I'm going to try to send it to one of my other emails. Okay, so let me just put a body that says, dear Emmanuel, kindly find, I don't want to use attached because then Google would scan it, but let me just use it that way. Kindly find attached the file for registration. So let's attach it. So it's on my desktop, almost malicious files, and here. So as you can see, it says blocked for security reasons. So Google we've tested this. Google will not allow you to send a bat file. That's a bat scripting file. It won't allow you to send it via Gmail because it knows that there's a possibility that a malware could be in this sort of files, or most of these files could be malicious. So it said blocked for security reasons, which means I can't send it. If I try to send it, it won't send. You can see. So let's try another one. So let's look at another file. So we have one here. Let's look at this Unity 2D sprite. So this is a DLL file, which is a dynamic link library file. Okay, so this could be found in games. You see games having DLL files. Even Windows itself has some .dll files. What DLL files does is it's required by some programs or some applications to run. Okay, so some applications have these sub executable files like DLL files that help some of the parts of the programs to run. So they execute some codes that make some menus in an application work. So if this DLL file is missing in an application, maybe your Unity, this DLL file you can see is from Unity application. So for example, if I delete it, something in my Unity application would not work well because I've deleted a very important DLL file that it's making the application work. So DLL files could also be malicious. For example, if I modify this DLL file and then send it to someone or put it back in the folder where I have other DLL files for Unity. If I modify the code, look at it. If I try to open it, it will tell me you are attempting to open a file or system type DLL. And you can see these files are used by operating systems and various programs. Editing or modifying them could damage your system. So there are some apps that can enable you to edit it. You could use Notepad or something to edit. I'm not sure if you can use Notepad to edit it. I've never really used Notepad. I used all these other external applications. So yeah, Notepad wouldn't really do much. So let's just run it. Let's just see if Google will allow us to send that particular DLL file. So let's put this. So as you can see again, it's not possible for me to send a .dll file. So Google is blocking it for some security reasons because some of these type of files could easily be malicious. So let's try another one since Google is not allowing us to send. What do I have again? So I have, this is just an application. This is an antivirus solution, an antivirus application, Sentinel-1 or Sentinel installer. It's a legitimate antivirus solution that I got from the website. So let me try sending it via email to someone and let's see if Google will flag it or if Google has recognized it as malware or something. So let's see if it's sendable. So the file must be shared with Google. Attachment, okay, so this one is sort of larger than 25 MB. Okay, so this is a challenge. It's larger than 25 MB. I don't know if I have an application that is smaller than 25 MB. No. Zoom, I don't know if you... Okay. I don't think I have an application that is smaller than 25 MB. Okay. Okay, so this is Chrome setup file. This is Chrome setup file. It might permit me to. Okay, great. So great. I think I've seen something. So there's this Chrome. This is normal Chrome setup for installing Chrome files. So let me just put it with this almost malicious. Let me put it here. And what else? Let me look for random. Okay, so let's put it. This is an application. This is an application for unzipping files, ZZip installer. So it's for just like WinRAR also. So let's put it and let's see. Okay, so right now we have two applications here. As you can see, we have two applications. We have this. If let's see the properties. So if we see the properties, is a .exe file. So this is the type of file, is an executable file. So also this Chrome setup is an executable file, but I have a feeling that Google will allow us to send this Chrome setup because it's their program. So I'm sure that they must have given the antivirus permission to send Chrome setup. So let's see. Let's just try it. So let's first try sending the Chrome to see if it works. Chrome setup. So this is also blocked for security reasons. So I don't think it's going to be possible to send any form of executable via email. From what we've seen so far, it's not going to be possible to send any file that can be executed or any file that is possible to modify, and Google does not allow you to send it via email. So I think you can only send images, pictures. Not that some images cannot be malicious, but on its own, an image might not be malicious, but there are some things embedded in that image, maybe links that could be malicious. So as you can see, it's not also allowing me, it's not permitting me to send this. So let's try our final. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. Let me try this final one and see if it will allow me to send the zip file. Okay, so let me go back. Let me minimize this. So I think this zip file is more than how many MB? Let me see. So it's a lot. So this it's not going to allow this because it's more than the zip file is large, sort of 62 MB, which is very large. So let me delete something from there. Let me delete this Sentinel. Okay, so I've deleted Sentinel. So they're just the DLL file and the BAT file. They're inside that zip file. So let's try to send it to someone. So let's attach it. Let's click on Almost Malicious Files. Open. Let's see if Google allows to send zip files. Well, it still blocked it. So they've made their email or they've made their platform so sophisticated to detect. First of all, they can detect malware. Secondly, any file that is possible to modify or any file that could be executable or that could easily pass as a malware or a Trojan, they would block it for security reasons, as you've seen here. So I can't send this type of RAR file or zip file. But I've seen there's still a possibility, or there's a way people bypass sending zip files and they can send you a zip file. So there are just ways, or there are just things you need to do. I'm not going to discuss that in this video because I'm not showing you how to modify all those things to send malicious files. But I think Google has done a good job in terms of securing their emails from threats. So the only threats you can have now is via clicking of links. So I guess you have the answer to this question. Malicious files can be sent through Gmail, but mostly in a zipped folder or in a zipped file. It cannot just be sent that way because Google's antivirus will detect those files, and there are some files that Google have blocked from passing through its servers in form of email. But the common ways in which malwares are propagated or sent via email is when they send links to a person. So they could send a malicious link that once you click on it, it initiates a drive-by download, or it could be a phishing link that gets you to put in your password or your username, or it could be a button on the email that once you click on it, it still takes you to a link or a website or a malicious website. So most of the malwares you see that are being sent on Gmail are usually links. My advice for you is that once you receive any email, especially one that has links in it, make sure you confirm the sender. Not just any email that has links, any email at all. No matter if it looks like it's coming from your friend, it might have your friend's name or your colleague's name or someone that has been sending you emails before. Make sure you always confirm the email of the sender to make sure it's coming from the right person. There was a story of someone who got hacked by his friend, and I did a video on that. I told the story. It was a true life story of how this happened. So basically, the way people's emails get hacked, his friend's email was hacked and a hacker had control of the email. So he was chatting with the hacker thinking he was chatting with his friend. So the hacker was posing as his friend. So the hacker sent the guy a link for him to download something like an application that they've been working on, and he didn't know that his friend was not behind the email because the email had already been hacked. So he went through, he clicked on the link, downloaded the stuff and executed the stuff. and that was how the hacker took control of the system. You can go ahead and watch the video right now on your screen. It's a very interesting video and it's a true life story, so you'll find that video very useful. Just go ahead and click on it right now. See you in my next video. Remember to like and subscribe, and also remember to stay safe.